as far as recording on YouTube. We
now they are.
YouTube, but there are people watching you. Shout out on that pizza.
Yep.
Put that out there.
Yes, we are. She's still hungry. Okay, now you're on YouTube eating this pizza.
And we're back.
And we're back. On the level below.
Why? Because you be hungry?
Oh, you what the mean?
You can't get this box closed.
Like,
Yeah, you can go if you go in front of me. You're off camera.
Alright. So I guess the next thing from Ashman is when conversing through email, don't write your life story.
Why not?
I mean, I'm saying people want to know.
I want people to know my name.
Because I'm going to need something to talk about later.
It does sound good.
You're going to ask me all those questions. And
Asking all them questions.
Oh, wow. But it says, nothing turns a woman off more than a man who can't shut up.
Yes.
That's the same thing with men, though.
It depends on what they're talking about.
Men have a tendency to shut out, so it's just like, I don't care for you talking so much, but I'm also not going to immediately be turned off by it. I'm just going to stop listening.
I guess it goes back to what they're talking about. If they're legitimately having an actual, like, intellectual statement.
Yeah,
for
that's
you.
fine. But if you're going to talk about video games for like an hour to me, then I'm definitely going to.
And that's the same thing with men.
But that's important to him, though.
Sometimes with men, it's like I'm hearing a female talk gossip. I mean, we're being stereotypical in general here. Hearing gossip is not necessarily the thing that he wants to hear, but you break out some stats about LeBron James last night, you be like, how you know about that?
I'm gonna work those into my gossip so that I know I'm gonna see if you're listening.
Well, that's the key to public relations.
Yeah, that, and don't talk about work if he doesn't understand what you do. That shit just gets real annoying after a while. You just be like, hey, she asked me to do this. I don't know that that's not a part of your job. Like,
I feel like it depends on how close you are, because like if you're close, they should know in general what you do.
Office work is office work.
But we're talking about dating.
So if they say, you know, she had me clean the toilet and you're an office worker, you should obviously know that's not part of your job description.
That's different. But what I'm saying is, if you're a surgeon, we're gonna change lens. If you're a surgeon and you're like, well, I had to perform this type of procedure and somebody was, you know, not where they were supposed to be, or this type of doctor wasn't in the room, it's just like, sweetheart, I put the trash in the trash cans at work. That's all I do.
Well, I think that's definitely one issue that you have with dating, is finding someone that you feel is on your level, and you really don't know if that person's on your level until you're able to have that time. And sometimes you don't feel like you have that time to make that full-on commitment. You just want somebody that's in your area that could kind of know where you're coming from. So, like, you know, what's your major?
General studies.
General studies, like, but like what emphasis you have? Emphasis?
Business and sociology.
Alright, so like somebody that may be in one of your sociology classes understand those concepts and those theories that you have. I mean, you're intellectual, type of person, so which I would say a majority of women in college tend to be.
Yes.
We're going to be good to all the women, because not all of them are. Because I've known some people that really don't want to get into intellectual conversations because it's just not their cup of tea. But they can tell you about how to twerk.
I have those days.
They can tell you about twerking, and they can tell you about what kind of alcohol that this particular organization is going to have at this event on Friday night at 8, you know, that kind of thing. But meeting that person on, like, dating and trying to find somebody on the same level as you is one of those things that kind of builds a confound. Like, type of.
First of all, I apologize for I interrupted you. You two just like killed my life right then. Because y'all got excited when I said that I got myself a date. It was a movie reference.
Okay.
He said Friday night at 8.
That's not what I heard.
And it was a little song.
That's why I was like,
it was Friday night at 8. Got myself a date.
I heard a different word. I heard a different word at the end of the statement, and I was like,
oh no!
What the heck?
No, we're not.
Yes. That I was like, that's why I stopped.
Oh, that was most unfortunate. That is not what I
said. He has himself that's what you heard.
Okay, that's what I heard. That's why I stopped and looked at you.
That's what she wanted.
That's why she left her last night.
That Freudian slip.
That mean make you laugh.
Nah. I just was Brianna last night.
Oh.
Girls can have them too.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So we're gonna go on to our
Anyway.
Don't initiate sexual talk.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Well, then how's it gonna happen?
For a guy.
Oh.
Men, I was always told you never
let her come to you.
Well, yeah, you let them come to you because a woman, you project yourself in a way that a woman feels that attraction and sexual arousal anyway. So she's gonna make those things known. But women like men to initiate things, so it's a confound.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to beg for it.
Right.
But you're, as a man, at this particular part of dating or relationship building, that you kind of get to that point where you say, hey, I am interested in you sexually. Are you interested in me sexually? What's good? Like, that kind of deal. Now, you gonna give me that?
Yeah. That's
can I have that?
Really.
Hey, but when you gonna give me that for real though?
But I will say that's an interesting situation to be in because it's like, they want you to initiate the act, but not necessarily the talk. It's like, if they're the first one to bring it up, then it's, okay, now I'm comfortable enough with you that we can have that type of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But most women really will get kind of iffy if they got to be the first one to start taking off some clothes.
I've had friends that, like when I was single and stuff, that definitely are casual sexual, like they into casual sex, stuff like that. And me just having interactions with them and stuff, that was the last thing on my mind. And it's just like, sometimes when you don't even mention stuff like that, that's not even on your memo, I mean, your MO. Like, it's like, they're throwing it at you almost, like, come hang out with me, or, you know, let's chill. And you be like, what we finna do?
You're like, what you doing?
I got some board games, you wanna bring them? No. What?
That's when you get that call at 1 o'clock in the morning, what you doing?
You watch
I was sleeping. That's what I was doing.
Nothing.
Like, where, you know, I just got out of the shower where I need to be. That's the question. Calling me at 1 o'clock. But one of the other don'ts is don't spread yourself too thin. So
that's what I thought of. I was trying not to go there again.
No. Too late.
I thought you were gonna say don't spread.
No, we're gonna work on this.
We are.
Somebody is in a drought and we need to fix such things. But
basically,
don't talk to like more women.
Right.
I know pretty much.
But yeah, don't spread yourself. Like, that's one thing I definitely, when I was going through my single phase, it was definitely a hard problem for me because, like, I was dealing with more than one person, and then I was also dealing with more than one, like, sexual partner. And so it was like, there were too many different variables going on. It's just like, well, I wasn't making relationships with those sexual partners. I was looking at trying to make relationships with those people that, you know, were of interest to me. It was just like, I felt like I wasn't doing them a good service by talking to all of them. So I slowly tried to like back away to kind of like that whole mentality of if that person, don't make that person a priority if they make your option or something like that, that kind of, that wording. And I was like, at the time they were options and I felt bad because it was just like, all these women are great, but I'm not intently making a focus on one of the females.
Right.
And it was just like, this process is not good to me. I don't like the whole more than one person, talking to more than one person type deal. It was just like,
especially if they know each other.
Yeah, well, try not to do it with people who know each other.
Got the whole friends.
I think, yeah.
He's like, I got this guy, and then his best friend's the next day, and it's just crazy.
That's not a good look. But basically what the article was saying is, if you can't actually reply to all the people that you're talking to in a reasonable amount of time, then you're probably talking to too many.
What's the reasonable amount of time?
In your opinion?
So, however you were communicating before, you started talking to 18 people at once? So, I mean, if you responded...
I can't help that. I got a long
but I'm saying,
application process.
how long.
With there now. With there now.
No.
I was saying application process.
No, what I'm saying is like, you guys were communicating every 2 days, and now all of a sudden it takes you a whole week to actually see their response because you're talking to other people as well.
Yeah, that's not a good relationship anyway. If it takes you a week to have one response.
Yeah.
It takes a week for me to respond to people because I got shit to do.
Like, what you doing 1 week later? No.
That is pretty bad. But you wouldn't do it what you're doing through an email. That's like more of an instant message, chat type deal.
Text or something.
Okay.
I mean, if you run the risk of sending a message to the wrong person, you're probably talking to too many people.
That's a good one.
I do that, but they're not like romantic people. I'm gonna text
You're
one of
just
y'all instead of
talking
Brielle some days.
To too many people at one time if you're sending messages to the wrong people. That is my personal opinion.
Okay. Apparently I can't talk to all of you at once at this point. I have to only talk to one of you.
That's how it works for me.
And we're selfish like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This next one is from the Frisky.
Okay, him first.
And it's basically you have to let people know if you were divorced
Why?
on your online profile.
Why?
Okay, that's important.
Yeah.
It is, but
It is, but it isn't. Like, I don't know if that should be like one of the first things that I see on your profile.
I feel like it depends
That's
on
not
if you
a
have
good
kids. Well,
Yeah,
I feel like kids or not is more important than divorced or not.
I think both are important.
But
I mean, they're both important.
Because
but
your title, your status or whatever, it implies so many other things. You know what I'm saying? Like, not all divorced people go through the same ordeal. But if I'm divorced and somebody else is divorced, I can understand their struggle a little bit more than if I've never been married.
Yeah.
And I'm dealing with somebody that's divorced. That's a totally different thing. Like,
And I think it's different for men and women actually. Like, a man being divorced versus a woman being divorced is different to me, because more than likely the woman is going to have kids. If they had kids in the relationship, she's going to be the one with primary custody.
Oh, okay. I was saying so the man didn't have kids, but the woman did.
she
Okay.
that's Zuluma food.
She really did.
That's Zuluma food.
But they didn't have kids together? How did that happen?
Only the
Like,
woman
when a
had
woman adopted
kids.
the kids? No.
Okay.
No. But like
Okay.
that
She has
proximity, yeah. And then whether or not you're going to be able to be involved in the discipline of the kids, and as a male, more than likely you're going to end up having all of them come to your abode or finding a house together, but it's still like, it's not really yours if everybody else is there. Or it's your house and everybody else live there. That's just weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. It also says something about your STD status.
I agree.
Yes.
I am sorry. That is not what I want to see on your online profile.
Oh,
You want to know that
no,
clean
I don't
before
know
you talk to him.
Maybe while you're talking about it, if you're trying to get to that level. Like when
I mean,
Who's really gonna put it on there?
Before you have sex,
There's an answer.
it's kind of illegal to go around having sex with people and not tell them that you have a sexually transmitted infection.
Yeah. I thought it was just AIDS.
I thought it was just something that's
I want to know
incurable.
all of it.
I would want to, but I thought that was the only one that was illegal.
Herpes and warts. I think you let me know.
That's something you need to look
I said
on.
anything that's not curable.
Yeah.
You can treat it.
Even still.
It's not good, but
Even still, you need to let me know. You need to let me know.
nobody would answer that truthfully. I don't
Yeah, maybe
think.
not in the status though. Yeah.
Maybe not on your profile, but that's something that you do
You
need
should
to
talk
discuss.
about it before you
Like, one thing I'm gonna be extremely real about is if I get down there and it looks like the Rocky Mountains, I'm gonna let you know that we have a problem.
You might die, but if that's the case, now you be like,
Exactly. Yeah.
The Rocky
It's not going
Mountains.
on.
Dang.
if you have Rocky Mountain syndrome, we don't have a phone for you to call. Please go to a health center near you.
Please.
There's a lovely one on campus today. We are plugging the health center.
Yes. And they did talk a little bit about kids, letting people know whether or not you have kids. So is it important to let them know that you have kids, period, or the number?
Yeah,
that you
kids
have.
and the number.
And their ages.
Well, I can't check because we don't have kids. We don't have kids, but I think that's something that is a very. I've talked to people that definitely have kids and that are much older, and they're like, that's a very. It's a fine line between do you feel like they should know, because you have to find if that person's a quality, a high caliber person to be around your kids or that information to be leaked out. But from a person that's dating someone that has kids, they would like to know that information because kids are hard. That's a different job. Man, you got more than one, and if they're different ages,
the ages is a big
you never know if I'm the person that may be open to a person with kids, or if I have other ways and resources to helping you, like take your kids certain places or do that kind of thing. Some people, the older you get, it's a little bit more acceptable. Like I'm 24, and I'm definitely not into being in a relationship with somebody that already has kids. And that's because I feel like the kids are going to take priority, and they should, because they need more resources, they need more things. But I'm going to feel sometimes that I want that time with you that you can't always provide. And so I would rather be with somebody that's single and doesn't have kids so that we can build a relationship together instead of you already having like a pre-made family, and it's just like, you ain't my daddy, I want to be your daddy, like, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. It depends on the individual situation, like, because there are certain situations, and it's not even hurt. There are certain situations where you may not get along with the kids. Like, it may not be a good fit. There's certain situations where you may enjoy hanging out with the kids more than you enjoy being with the mama. Real talk.
Shouldn't be in that relationship.
I probably wouldn't say in a relationship, but I still come visit the kids.
I definitely would hate to be in a relationship with a woman that has kids and build that bond with kids, and we were really good at each other, and then find out that like me and their mama broke up. Like that would hurt me. Like dang, you know what I'm saying? These kids, and it's always the assumption that a single mother and kids without a father, it's an instability there, but it's not always the case.
Yeah.
But like sometimes it's like I don't want to bring men in my life because I don't want to build a platform of instability or that whole stage of them having people coming in and out of their lives. But it's not always the case. That doesn't happen 100% of the time. But still, you always think about I don't want to be the person that made them turn into delinquents or something. Kind of do.
Brings me back to the conversation with Lola.
Sunshine B said that it's not a great feeling when you get close to a mother or father's significant other and then it doesn't work out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say it again.
It's not a great feeling for the child when you're really close to the significant other and then it doesn't work out, because it's like, I don't seem like I'm taking sides if my mom or dad was with somebody and I still have a relationship with that person and my mom and dad doesn't. It's just like,
that's what I was saying. That would hurt me as a significant other, just like, dang, these little kids.
So we're going to take another quick break, and then we're going to come back and talk about dating do's and don'ts, period. Like, not just online, but what works for you, what doesn't work for you. So we're going to hear some more from Brielle, and then we're going to have some shout-outs, as Frank said.
All right.